I'm done. This is your shot. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching me, hi, my name is Chessa and I do lifestyle videos and I'm going to be posting every week. So please check back for more and hit that subscribe button down below. Today we're going to be talking about 2018 goals or resolutions. I know a lot of people can be a little bit hesitant with resolutions because number one, they break them so quickly. Number two, because they think that you should have goals all year round. This is going to be kind of more of a goal list for me so that I can hold myself accountable, and this can give you some ideas of things to self-improve upon as well. I always think that we should be constantly self-improving and trying to get better, because even if you're the top of your game, you can always be a little bit better. So here are some things that I think that could be beneficial to incorporate in this year in 2018. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So my first resolution is to cut out a little bit more sugar. I try to stay away from the sugary treats, but it's kind of my weakness. So every time somebody brings treats to work, I always eat I can't just limit myself to one cookie. If they bring cookies to work, I have to eat at least 4. Number 2 is probably going to be for a lot of people and it's going to be on a lot of lists. And you're probably going to roll your eyes, but it's to drink more water. I really want to drink more water because it has such added benefits. I mean, half of your body is made up of water. It's really good for your skin. It's really good to keep your body healthy and moving and less sluggish. If you're feeling a little bit sluggish at work or at home, so a couple of ways you can drink a little bit more water is to grab one of these. This is my favorite water bottle. It's the Nalgene water bottle. It's really great. They're like almost indestructible. I think somebody ran over one with their car and it only cracked like a little bit. So these things are really well made. They're also made in the USA, if you're into that sort of thing. I like that this has the milliliters and the measurements on the side, because you should be drinking half your weight. You should be drinking half your weight in milliliters of water. So if I weigh 160 pounds, you're going to be wanting to drink at least 80 milliliters of water. Or not milliliters, excuse me, ounces. Something else that I picked up that I thought was super awesome was this, and it's a little decal. It's basically just the timing as well. You could also do this with a dry erase marker. I've tried it with a dry erase marker before. You just kind of put your times on there and how much you want to drink, and then you can just wipe it off. It's super easy. It doesn't leave a stain or anything like that. But I saw this at Michael's and I thought this was the coolest thing ever. They actually make these for mugs, and they're dishwasher safe, and they're permanent. So it's just like a little sticker like this, and it just has the timing on it, and then at the bottom it says refill. I thought that was such a cute idea, and I'm gonna stick this on the bottle so that way I can drink a little bit more water this year. What I wanted to try to do is to reflect or meditate a little bit more. And I'm not talking about like super in-depth meditation. I'm just talking about kind of a time for me to sit down, like maybe 5 minutes a day, just to kind of sit down and reflect. You can do it in like the bathtub if you draw like a nice bath for yourself, just to kind of sit and reflect with a candle and just kind of reset myself, because I know it's really easy to get kind of distracted about a whole bunch of different things, and it's just a really nice way to kind of recenter yourself, say things that you're thankful for, which I also wanted to incorporate. I think that we take a lot for granted, and trying to bring everything back into perspective of like, oh, I don't have this, instead of doing that, saying, oh, this is what I do have, and I'm very thankful for that. And I think that's really important. Next, I want to get organized. So I know everybody, no matter how organized you are, there's always that junk drawer in your life, whether it be bills or random stuff, or even if your mind is just a little bit more cluttered. Like, I just want to get organized in a lot of other different aspects. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'm also going to be filming that as well, so that way you guys can get a little inspiration from that. Another one that I want to do is compliment someone every day. So whether it be yourself, whether it be your husband, your kids, a coworker, a random person that you see on the street, I like to compliment people a lot, and it doesn't have to be disingenuous. You know, if you're looking for someone to compliment, don't think of something or don't look at them and be like, oh, I like this. If you really don't, like, try to be really genuine with people and just kind of compliment every day. It'll make you feel better. It'll make their day, more likely than not. And even if you just smile at someone on the street, like, that can be another one as well. Just smile at people and just try to use that as an exercise to kind of reprogram your brain, because I know it's really easy to be critical about people. The next thing I want to do is be more financially responsible. I tend to kind of spend things a little bit, I don't go out and buy like huge purchases or I don't without thinking about them. But sometimes like I'll stop for coffee and I won't think about like, oh hey, I could have made that at home. Or for an example, something that one of our friends told me was when you're about to buy something, kind of ask this question to yourself in your head, is it a need or is it a want? And I thought that kind of put things into perspective, because a lot of the times I'll buy things and I'm like, oh, I need that, I need that, I need that. But to be honest, there's not a lot of things you need unless you're at the grocery store. Even when you're at the grocery store and you're like, oh, let me buy that bag of chips, that's a need, it's food. But actually, is it? The next thing I want to work on is my procrastinating. I procrastinate all the time, and I know I have to implement a little bit of control and self-will in this because I procrastinate all the time. I am guilty of needing to look at my phone like all the time. I think I'm going to start keeping my phone in my car or in my purse or something, so that way I'm not constantly tempted to check my phone, because I feel like that's a really big one for me regardless of where I am. And it's weird because I always check my phone when no one's messaging me, and then the one time I don't check my phone, I come back and I'm like, everyone's like, oh my god, where are you? Like, I've been trying to call you for hours. And I'm like, oh my god, sorry, I lost my phone. And I feel like that happens all the time, and I'm not lying. I'm not lying, you guys. Like, I don't know what, let me know in the comments down below if this happens to you too. Also, get an inspirational mug or some kind of poster or picture or something that gives you inspiration, so that way every time you look at it, you're like, I can do it, I can do anything. So I came back from Christmas break and I got back to work, and one of my coworkers was the sweetest, and he got this little mug. He knows that I'm like a super big Game of Thrones fan, and he got him for everybody in the office, and he's so nice. But he was like going around asking everybody, oh, what's your favorite Game of Thrones character? And I said, like, right off the top of my head, I'm like, oh no, Khaleesi, she's my fave. So I got back to work and he got this cute little mug for me. I'll see if I can insert a picture here. It said, I was born to rule the 7 kingdoms, and I will. And I thought it was the coolest mug ever. I still really enjoy the message because it just gives me the message like, oh, you know what, you can do it, girl. Last tip I have for you is just to not get discouraged with your resolutions or your goals. Like, try to set, like I said in the beginning, try to set realistic goals. Even if you fall off the bandwagon and you eat those 12 cookies that are at your office, don't go down the spiraling path. And I think that's why a lot of people quit these resolutions. It's just because they messed up once and they're like, oh, I'm done. This is your shot. Can't do it anymore. But I think that we can still hold ourselves accountable, and even if we messed up once, it's not all or nothing. It's a progression, and it takes a long time to create a habit. I think it's important to remember that. And that's everything for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and leave me a comment down below letting me know your 2018 resolutions as well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.